Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing. Let's do that sound. Let's see what we got here. Okay. All right, everything looks good there. Okay, so let's go over here and look at the. Let's do the disclaimer first. All right, so disclaimer is out there. All right, so now let's go over here and look at the scanner. Today on the scanner, I'm seeing LE or LSE up here, and really was one that I saw last night that started popping up. We can look into it and kind of see what's going on over there. And then I had a couple other ones. So I was kind of playing around in Benzinga yesterday, just looking at some of the features and things. So I created some watch lists, and this is the watch list that I pulled from yesterday afternoon. Some of the things that I saw that were moving yesterday: apps, Zero, EYEN, HUSA, INDO, MENS, NWGL, PCT, RBNE, and Rally, and XTIA. So with this, it has a couple features in here in Benzinga. You can import your watch list. You can sync your watch list to a specific broker account. So if you have like positions in your account, you can sync to that. You can do a couple of things in here. Set your reminders. So I have reminders set for real-time email alerts for specific watch lists. This one I don't, because I really don't care about these. These are like small caps for the things that I actually have positions in. I like to get those real-time emails and summaries every day. They actually end up sending 2 summaries per day. So they send one in the morning, one in the afternoon about news that has come out that is pertaining to your specific positions. But anyway, these were some, and we'll look through these, and we'll also look through the ones that are moving today. So let's pop back over to the scan real quick. And actually, before we go back over there, I want to check out the are there any IPOs for today too. So today, whoops. All right, let's see. All this is happening today. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 IPOs today. Is that right? Go out here and look. I only see 1, 2, 3 IPOs. But yeah, a couple of those I'll put those on watch. Make sure these match up. HCHL. That's on the 18th. Slide CAI. Okay. So I slapped those over there on the watch as well, since they haven't opened up. So, well, not this one. This is an acquisition company. Don't care about that. Axin. AXIN. Look at that. It's not coming up. Maybe it's on the wrong. What kind of exchange is that? Yeah, that's not coming up. What about PAH? PACH? That one didn't come up. Egg. They must be in something else. Okay. Egg came up, and then CAI, and then slide. SLD. Okay, so those 3 came up as tickers: slide, CAI, and egg. I don't know why these other ones didn't come up. Not sure. We'll look into it. All right, back over to the scanner and let's go and look at the charts. Starting off with the two hottest ones on the morning, LSE and really. All right, LSC hit a high up there. So from what, the 16th, we saw LSC come up here. Had news on yesterday afternoon. Hit this previous resistance level that we saw up in here and kind of scooted back down to the 950s. Let's take a quick glimpse at really as well. Really came up here to 359. 335, and neither one of these have day one catalysts right now on today. So let's go and look into them a little bit further. Let's go start with LSE. All right, so LSE is Lyson Energy Holding. Profile. All right, so I don't even have to read that far. We got the People's Republic of China. This is a Chinese stock, could do some very crazy things today. It is focused on integrated solutions for oil and gas industry in the People's Republic of China. All right. We'll look at the floats and all of that in a minute. Let's go over to really. See what they are. Reliance Global Group. So this one, Reliance Global Group Inc. focuses on the acquisition and management of wholesale and retail insurance agencies in the United States. It provides agency services for insurance products in healthcare and Medicare, personal and commercial, trucking, property and casualty, and insurance brokerage. The company was formerly known as Ethos Media Network Inc. and changed its name to Reliance Global Group in October 2018. Reliance Global Group was incorporated in 2013 and is headquartered in Lakewood, New Jersey. All right, so those are our two leaders today. They both have over 5 million shares traded and no day one catalysts. All right, so now let's go back over here and check out their floats and all that good stuff. So price right now, LSE is $9.50. Price is $2.89. ATR is $1.06 on LSE, and ATR is 34 cents on really. Volume, we already talked about that. Relative volume, just about the same relative volume on both of them. 18 times the normal relative volume on LSE, 16 times the normal relative volume on really. Floats, LSE has a lower float of 1.5 million in the shares outstanding. Let's go look into the key characteristics, key data. All right, so shares outstanding float, short float for LSE, 6.961K, short float 26.22. Now, one thing that I will notice here is really is getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and the percent gain is dropping, right? So really is at 32% and under $3 and heading on down towards 2. So if it cannot hold above 20%, it's going to fall off the scanner. And so, you know, and not having a day one catalyst, all knocks against it for real. Let's go look at what was it? The IPOs, or no, let's go look at what was going on yesterday here. So below that, let's go check what oil is, or energy is doing today. Energy closed up kind of looking bullish yesterday. So it had this double top back on the 12th and the 15th double top, came down, looked quite bearish, and then popped back up towards the end of yesterday, right? From 70s all the way up here to 73s, and now is again forming a lower high. So we got to see, is it going to break this high of 74, or is it going to break this low back down towards the 72s? Let's go ahead and look at some of the oil stocks that we have been seeing. INDO was one of them. Has been up here to this level that we marked up here on the 13th. So 13, when did we mark this? We marked this on this day, 13th, and it has continued to be a problem for it to get over the 575s. And it's only up 1%, so I'm going to take that one off. We need to see them up 20%. All right, RBNE is another one that has been on that struggle bus. It's up 6%. Went up to $20 and has been walking its way down. Low volume today and only up 6%. EYEN. This one, when did I see this one? Saw this one of those days, but it's down 16%. But I'm going to keep it on watch because I don't think it had news. And I want to just keep it there just in case something happens, you know, in upcoming days. It'll already be on the watch. And I'll be like, oh, okay, I've already seen this. Apps, APPS, that one had a little run. The higher float stock ran from 563 up here to 777, but I had too much in the small cap that I was focused on apps day, so nothing happened on that. It's up negative 1%. Zero is the next one. Zero all the way down to, oh, and this is one that I traded yesterday. Okay, so Zero, it took this big run up, and I was like, man, this thing needs to fall. This thing needs to fall. So it came down, went up from $11 up here to 20 something dollars. And I was like, dude, I'm not buying into this uptrend, right? I wanna be able to see where the uptrends are. And let me go to the 1 minute. That's how I actually marked this up. 1 minute. All right, there we go. All right, so after it finished falling, it came and halted down at this 24 and started coming down. It made a little bottom here at $18. I did not buy this bottom because I didn't know it was a bottom. It came up. It made a secondary touch here. So I went ahead and drew this trend line here, right through here. It's imaginary trend line. What I was looking for is a fall through this trend line, like shorts to win, right? So it came up, tried to hold it right here and failed through here, right? And I was like, oh boy. And so when it fell through here, I was like, okay, well, let me make sure it's not going to break this bottom back down here at the 18.21. And it came back and it made a little secondary touch point. I was like, okay, maybe this is another trend. So I made another trend on this bottom, and it came back down here again to the 20s and kind of held up. And I got in right in here. Got in on this movement up. And we'll go and look at the trade journal in a minute for this. But yeah, it came up, and then once it came up and reclaimed this trend up here, I re-entered on this. So re-enter here, but I did get stopped out because it could not hold up this trend, right? So let's go look at the journal and look at how that played out over here. Wait. Okay. So basically this is the journal from yesterday. I took my first trade at 12:23 and got out at 12:26. So it was a 3-minute trade. Got in at 21.75, got out at 23.24 for $1.49 on 100 shares. Then I sized down. I said, hey, let me just try it again, see if I can get some more. So I got in at 23.92, looking for 24s to hold, and they could not hold. I lost 13 cents on that, which was $2.62. Now I got slippage on this bad for sure because I was in the green on this stop. I had my stop above the break even, and it still you know, enemy up red. But I was like, okay, whatever. So basically on the month here, this is what the month is looking like. So we got Monday. So that was our first week, second week, third week here. So Monday, Tuesday, and now we're sitting here on at the 18th. I took 2 trades yesterday and then 4 trades on Monday. So we're just sitting here on the week waiting. And we got a short week this week, so we won't have a Thursday. But I'm not super starving for a trade today. Looking at what we got, I'm kind of just looking for real quality in the market if I can find it. But yeah, that's the trade journal. Okay, really has gotten more volume than LSE for now. So moving on up. So let's continue to go through the list. So we looked at Zero, which is now down 29%. So I'm going to go ahead and get that one off of my watch list. And did they get any news that came out that I think they had, was it offering or what was it? Okay, they didn't have any kind of offering or anything, but they're down 29%. So, I mean, unless they can come back up 20 something percent, then I'm not too worried about them. But let's keep on dialing down. Hustle was an energy stock as well. Only we're down -3% right now. A lot of work to do on that one, so not too interested there. XTIA, it's up 0% right now. Very low volume, 50,000 shares. So taking that one off. We had an IPO from yesterday, which was Men's, and yeah, that didn't go so well. It opened up here at 16 and immediately halted down. So opened up, went up to $20, halted down, and now it has flatlined down here at $8. So a lot of bag holders on the IPO if they traded that. Not too worried about that. NWGL was another one that I saw earlier this week. Not seeing any. It's at $2.32. Popped up. Let's see, did it have any other pops? Nope, it popped up yesterday, I guess. And I just put it on the scan just to watch it. It's above $2, but I don't know what it can do. Don't know what it's about. And then another one I saw yesterday was PCT. I was gonna trade this one, but then it had too much competition with Zero and all of that. I was like, yeah, I'm not touching this. So, and it had a higher float, so all of that kept me out of there. So today we have couple of, what is RBN? Was that one of those IPOs I put up here? RBN. Why is that up there? I don't know why that's up there. Let me get rid of that. Okay, let's see. So we got Slide, we got CAI, we got Egg, PACH. Nope, not coming up. All right. All right, so I watched those. Let's flip over here to the IPOs and see what's going on with CIA and Slide. And then we got one called Happy City Holdings. That is a stupid low float. Oh boy. That's on the 18th. So all three of these are HCHL. That is nasty. All right, so let's open this up and see what Happy is. All right, so Happy City Holdings Limited. Oh, Hong Kong. Cool, I'm out of there. Let's go to the next one. We can stop right there. Slide. Tampa, Florida. Okay. Launched in 2021, we're a technology-enabled, fast-growing coastal specialty insurer. Okay, so they're not going to have a really big market if they're a specialty insurer. We focus on a profitable underwriting of single-family condominium policies. or single family and condominium policies in property and casualty industry in coastal states along the Atlantic seaboard. Let's see. We'll see how that opens up. It's a pretty low shares, 3 million shares, so it could be a little hot. Let's see what else we got. CIA, Caris Life Sciences, opening up 19 to 20 bucks out of Irving, Texas. Shares outstanding, pretty high shares outstanding. It says we are leading patent-centric next generation AI tech bio company and procedure medicine pioneer. Okay. So they're into artificial intelligence, machine learning, and all of this. Maybe something interesting there to watch. On which one is this? This is CAI, Caris Life Sciences. So I'm definitely might be looking at that today. All right, so we got the IPOs, news feed. Let's see what has popped up today on the 18th. Tesla says Trump is turning U.S. into an electric vehicle laggard. Trump considers intervention. Whoa. Let me read that again. Trump considers intervention as Iran conflict enters 6th day. Why is Nvidia up here? I don't know. But these are Trump catalysts on, and that's all I see for today. See if anything else pops out. All right, so we pretty much looked through the scanners. We looked through the potential day trades, cleaned up a lot of that. So I got rid of Zero. Move Zero. Got rid of Hustle. INDO. Men's. Left NWGL. PCT is out of there. RBNE out of there. Really still on there, and then XTIA. All right. So right now on scan or on my watch list, I have EGG, CAI, which is the AI tech and all of that good stuff company. LSC, let's go look at that. LSC is this Chinese stock, which you already know how I feel about Chinese stocks. Coming up here to the 1096. And yeah, doing this little thing, really not holding up, just holding flat here. Still at 35%, so that is very unimpressive. And LSE has overshadowed it again in volume. So these are our top two right now, LSE and Rally. Now, if there are any cheaper stocks, if there anything under $2, I'm definitely not going to see them, and I don't want to see them. But if you have an interest in them, you know, I can look at them, but I'm probably going to be pretty pessimistic. But we'll see how the higher price ones do, and if this is going to be the competition for everything else on the day. Both of these are heading towards 10 million shares traded, so they got plenty of eyes on them. Came up here to 1096 twice and got pushed down on LSE. You know, look at EYEN. Why are you down this much? Okay, so EYEN had pops the other day, but it had no news. EYEN announces 50 million investment to launch hyperliquid token cryptocurrency treasury strategy. Okay. So they're going to, it says EYEN to become the first US based publicly listed company to hold hype in its treasury. Okay. I don't know what hype is. I'm guessing that's some type of meme stock. Okay, so I don't know how interested I'm in that. Just because they bought, like, we as retail buyers can probably go and buy this token. So I don't know if I want to invest in something where that's like that. I mean, anybody can do what they're doing. Anybody. So I'm not too interested in EYEN on that news. Maybe they'll come out with something better, but they're down 15%. Go ahead and pop them off. So right now I only got three. LSE is going towards 100%, back up here to this level again at the 1096. Continues to try to cross over 11. Really falling on back down under 30%, and it's looking like it's going to be a 20% struggler on the day. But we're doing good. We're green on the weeks, we're green on the month, and we're just walking it on down. And I'm trying to be very, very choicey or choosy with what I'm trading, especially in pre-market, because I don't like to start the day with a big red. Um, and if pre-market isn't looking like something that I want to touch, then I'm like, okay, well, maybe there'll be some other opportunity with IPOs or something. There's always some opportunity. It's just identifying it and trying to attack it. And today, I saw that C8I, which looks a little bit interesting to me. But I'm not seeing anything else in the small caps. This one has range, but with no news on today and being a Chinese stock, it could probably get pretty nasty. So, not that there's no opportunity, just that definitely not an A plus opportunity. You know what I mean? But it's circulating 90% with the ATR of $1.11. Started yesterday from $5 and has moved $5 between aftermarket and now. So we'll see what happens there. Good morning, Donnell. Yes, slow pre-market. Slow pre-market. So that means just conserve your capital for, what is to come if something does come. And I might be trading IPOs today for real. Good morning, Mike D. Slower pre-market. We looked through several things from yesterday. I went over my trade journal for today and all of that good stuff. So as a recap, sitting here, I took one trade on or two trades on zero yesterday. One was for, and one of the things I do like about this journal or whatever, when I do jump in here to a trade, I can see like how the trade went for the older trades. Like you can see my P&L, how it moved. So like I was red on some of these trades a little bit, so 24 cents, and it dropped down to like $4, and then I got the popped up here to 212, and I did not take the 212. It dropped down on me. I kind of held, went back up to 200, and I was ending up selling at 175. So, when I see weakness, I kind of sell into the weakness on the move, and then just look for the next one. But for these that are like a day old, they won't give me that information yet. It takes like a day before that populates. But let's see. Yeah, week's looking pretty good. Just been piling on in there, piling on in. Or months looking pretty good. I said weeks. All right. And today we see things that may take souls, which is rarely struggling around, just trying to hold 20%. Keeps popping and dropping. Look at these nice wicks. And no day one catalyst. Doesn't mean they won't go though. I definitely have seen them go on no news, just going. And that is a very irrational behavior that I sometimes do not want to be a part of. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, but you know, just had to get over myself. Get over myself. You're already excited to play. Hey, yeah, we're looking around, man. There's an IPO that is opening up today. I don't know if you trade IPOs, but there's one called CAI that I was kind of looking through, and this one is a insurance company and all of that good stuff, but it's got some, you know, I was looking at it, it's got some. Let's go CAI, right? Let's see if it has a description over here yet. Nope. Where did I read that description then? Was it in the okay, Caris Life Sciences. So in over here, it's opening up 19-20 bucks out of Irving, Texas, and basically what they're into is the AI tech bio company and precision medicine pioneer. So they're leading patent-centric new, oh my goodness, leading patent-centric next generation AI tech bio company and precision medicine pioneer. We develop and commercialize innovative solutions to transform healthcare through the use of comprehensive molecular information and artificial intelligence, machine learning algorithms at scale. Our entire portfolio of precision medicine solutions is designed to benefit patients with an initial focus on oncology and serves the clinical, academic, and biopharm markets. We founded Caris in 2008 with the belief and vision that combining a vast set of consistently generated molecular information with robust data-driven insights could realize the potential of precision medicine for patients. Okay, so I'm gonna be looking into this and seeing what I can get on this little IPO today, because this is the most interesting thing that I've seen today. And of course, we got the news. Let me see. So news that they keep saying Trump's going to intervene in where did he go? Trump is weighing options for Iran and Israeli airstrikes continue. Trump is turning the U.S. into an electric vehicle laggard. Trump, and the first three things today is Trump. Trump considers intervention in Iran conflict, so that's just a repeat. Let me see. CyberCatch announces acceptance in NVIDIA Inception program. FDA, so SNTI. What is that? SNTI. Is that up right now? SNTI 281 went up there to $4 and then went up to 336 and kind of did a full round trip. So I'm not sure why. Let's see, SNTI. I'm sure somebody lost money on that. It's not even up. It's not even up 20%. That's why it's not on my scan. All right. But yeah, this interesting little day we got going on here with a Chinese stock leading the day. 8 million shares traded. Mike D says my largest position is APLD, biggest gainer pre QULR. So APLD. APLD. And you probably been holding this thing forever. Let's see. APLD, let me zoom back a little bit. Actually, let's go to the daily chart. All right, so APLD. Let's see, where is the beginning of this year? 3/24/25. Okay. So it was at $8. It dropped down to $5, popped up to $10. I forgot what this one did. I remember I looked at this one before. APLD. Applied Digital Corporation common stock. So let's see an overview. APLD says it is, so it's got news for yesterday. 2.7 billion in data center savings. New applied data report positions North Dakota as the epicenter of AI infrastructure. Okay, let's jump down here. Let's see, analyst trade. So they gave it a buy, 92.5% buy rating now. And this is how the analyst trends have changed. So it was a 1 in January, 2 in February, 4, 5 in June, and then a 1 on the hold spectrum. So majority buyers. Let's go down here. So market cap, blah blah. All right, so what are the bulls saying? Okay, so Applied Digital Corp is positioned for significant growth due to its ongoing expansion of digital infrastructure facilities, which is supported by improving labor conditions and reduction in supply constraints. The company's strategic focus on high performance computing includes a build out plan that targets an initial 100 milliwatts capacity with an additional 300 milliwatt or megawatt in progress, indicating strong potential for enhanced revenue generation in the HPC sector, the high power computing sector. Furthermore, the favorable valuation multiplies in the HPC market, and the company's robust growth trajectory suggests that it offers a compelling opportunity for investment as demand for AI and digital infrastructure continues to rise. All right, bears say the negative outlook on Applied Digital Corp stock is primarily driven by macroeconomic pressures and supply chain challenges that are expected to adversely impact revenue generation, particularly in the data center hosting business reliant on cryptocurrency markets. The delay in recognizing HPC revenue, now pushed back to Q4 2025, further complicates financial forecasts amid anticipated negative margins for Bitcoin mining contracts due to the upcoming halving event in Q2. Oh, that's already happened. Oh, in Q2 2024. Additionally, increasing competitive pressure from independent miners. Okay. All right. So that looks pretty good. Most of the analysts are saying it's a buy. And I know you've already bought. You bought before they were saying buy, so that's pretty good. The other one he called out is KULR. KULR. Let's go down here to the overview. All right. In March, looks like analysts looked at it in March. It's still sitting on 100% buy rating. Okay, bulls. Bulls say KULR Technology Group Inc. has experienced a substantial appreciation in its stock value, rising over fivefold since the election, which aligns with the administration's push for domestic battery supply. Enhancing KULR's strategic positioning, the company's balance sheet has been significantly strengthened, with estimated cash reserves exceeding 20 million and a pathway towards positive free cash flow projected for 2026, potentially escalating to 37 million in 2027. Additionally, KULR's recent partnerships in aerospace and defense, combined with operational leverage and increasing service revenues, suggests a positive trajectory for future product orders, underpinning a favorable outlook for the company's growth prospects. Bears say KULR Technology Group Inc. faces significant financial challenges characterized by cash constraints and substantial debt burden, which have hindered its growth trajectory. The reliance on Bitcoin's performance for revenue generation introduces an additional layer of risk, particularly as current Bitcoin prices remain below the company's average purchase price. Furthermore, the potential loss of key customers and management, coupled with ongoing struggles to achieve profitability, poses a threat of substantial dilution, highlighting critical operational vulnerabilities that could adversely affect the company's financial stability. So basically, the bears only are looking at Bitcoin. Like, what is Bitcoin doing with this? What is Bitcoin doing? I don't know. I don't know if their company is doing everything that they're talking about here. I don't know if Bitcoin moves will affect it that much. But yeah, analysts are saying it's giving it a buy rating right now. Okay, so those are the two that he has his holdings in. All right, let's jump back over here to what we were looking at, LSE. LSC still struggling with this $11. Really? Just flat, man. Flat with a lot of wicks and definitely slowing down even more. Oh man, we need something. We need something with some day one news. Yeah, on Friday we had a day like this. It's always like the close of the week or the day before a holiday, like we have tomorrow, that it's kind of like, oh man, I just gotta trade. I just gotta do this. I gotta do that. But I'm just working on, if it comes to a point, I'm already green. I'm already getting this stuff. Continue to look for it. Don't go outside of the scope, digging for, other things. Look at what you got. If it's not there, the opportunity is going to be somewhere, or it may not. You know, if the opportunity is an IPO today, and I can trade, CIA or CAI or whatever it is, cool. But these small caps, I'm just like, I see you guys, but yeah, you guys aren't really impressing me. I like to open up my charts in the morning and be impressed and be like, oh wow, oh that catalyst, oh wow, man, wow. That's I kind of like it to spur the impressed emotion in me, like ooh, man. But just not getting that today. I need to go and look into this. What's going on here? Tuesday. Okay, so I got to follow up with that. So let me go open this up. And I guarantee you they did not talk in there at all. Oh boy. I guess he must copy paste that or something. All right. Anyway, I'm guessing the rest of your weeks have been going pretty good. We've been trying to capture a little bit of profit here and there. And I just pretty much have been doing the whole, when I get in, I'm looking for it to move, man. I haven't been holding very long. Um, let's see. So looking at the time that I've held, so my whole time on Zero was 3 minutes. Whole time on SMR was 6 minutes, 9 minutes. SMR had one that was 19 minutes, which was definitely on up there. Had one at 20 minutes, which was a loss. 5 minutes for that one, 7 minutes, 1 minute, 6 minutes. And then some of these other ones that move really slow. 27-minute, 30-minute holds for those mid caps. For the most part, it looks like I'm sticking around maybe under 10 minutes holding. And then we got these longer outliers. Let me see if I can categorize by this. So what's my longest hold time here? Well, of course, 1 month. That's a different type of trade. That's one of those swings. mRNA. I actually want to just see. Nah, I gotta stick with this. Okay. 1 hour. Some of these, I'm looking back at the time and what actually happened with it getting stopped out or whatever. It's like, man, I don't want to sit in something for an hour and not make anything. Come on, man. But it happens. It definitely happens. But um, kind of gotta just find that momentum, get on the train while it's running, get on down. 42 minutes. It's like the lower the time gets, the more I make. But that's all good. That is all good. LSE, again, this 1096 just continues to chop around. It's doing this little fall off. Any other stocks popping in on the news feed? Let's see. Let's see. TI, EXO acceptance into NVIDIA's Connect program. Down 8%. Yeah, these are just red. NVIDIA up a little bit. Tesla up a little bit, but no major gaps up for this morning. And WGA, I'm gonna go ahead and claim that off. Let's focus on these two that I got. Potential day trades. I will leave it over there though. All right, so let's go look at the headlines for today. Stocks are back near record highs, but Wall Street isn't buying it. Well, apparently somebody's buying it. Let's see what Chase's 795 Sapphire Reserve Card, $795 Reserve Card says about the economy. What does that even mean? Chase's credit card signals a shift in the credit card perk wars. All right, so this is the takeaway from today's morning brief, blah, blah, blah. All right, a fresh candidate is vying to become the ultimate first world problem. Is the new $795 annual fee. What? Oh, that's crazy. What kind of rewards are they giving for $795? It's a premium card holder's dilemma, but it's also a lagging economic indicator, a sign of the heightened competition for affluent customers or consumers and a stark reminder of the labor market dictonomy, dict dichotomy, oh my gosh, I can't even say this word. Dictonomy. I don't know. Whatever that word is. I know what it means. Just don't know how to pronounce it. All right, that's another way of getting a that's another way of getting at how a financial proposition um proposition can seem like an absurd agreement to one person, but an irresistible deal to another. Okay. I don't understand who's gonna pay that annual fee with the better cards out there. I mean, unless they, I don't know what the rewards are on that. Do they outweigh the fee? Like frequent flyer miles or whatever. I don't even know. Looks trash to me. All right, investors brace for Fed signal. Oh, yeah, I forgot to look. Let's see. So today is the 18th. Do we have any speakers? We have the FOMC meeting, a 2-day meeting on June 17th and June 18th press conference. So something happened yesterday and something will happen today. And then tomorrow, Juneteenth, and no other speakers looks like for the week. Okay. Europe inflation falls below ECB's target. Musk AI burns through 1 billion in a month as costs pile up. Oil slides as Trump spurs Mid-East escalation fears. U.S. added over 1,000 new millionaires a day last year. Wow, that right. That's not good because if you add 1,000 millionaires, you're adding. It's gonna be harder and harder to get to even further levels, right? You got everybody's a millionaire, but the inflation and everything else is, eating those pockets up. So your millionaire status means less and less. Let's see. UK inflation, but I guess it's better to have a million than not, for sure. UK inflation eases by less than anticipated ahead of the Bank of England rate decision. Okay. Trump set to delay TikTok ban with yet another extension. Okay. OOP. Pacific gas and oil. What's the price on this one now? 13 bucks. They still pay out that dividend. Let me go dividends. Okay, let's see what they got over here. So this is the company that had the fires in California or whatnot, paying out 30 cents per quarter, starting in 1997. 30 cents, 33 cents. They eased on in 2008. Even during the crash, they were increasing their dividend. And then let's see where the fires happened. So 2023, I think this is when the fires happened, and they dropped their dividend to 1 cent. And now it has been making a comeback. So I might pick up some PCG, some Pacific oil and whatnot. for that quarterly dividend to get back to those previous levels. Plus, let's go look at the chart on this one. PCG. Let's look at the daily chart. Okay, so it came up here to 20 some dollars. 2024. Okay. Interesting. I might pick up some of that. Rally exploded. 77% up now. 11 million shares. Very unpredictable out of this little, whatever you would call this. 11 million shares traded. It is now catching up with LSE in the percent gain. All right, so now let's go look at, did some news come out on this or something? Nope, no news, just popped up. Okay. Let's look over here on this daily chart for really. Closed yesterday at 217. Had a level, looks like a level here at 322s. Could have been a possibility. Then up here to 387 on the daily chart. And past that, I mean, we have a $5 up there, but I don't know. I don't know about that. Put this on as unconfirmed. So we got unconfirmed daily. Unconfirmed, and then another one right here at 321. Okay, let's jump over to the 15-minute. So this is where those unconfirmed ones are. 324 and 387 on the daily. 15-minute came from $3, so it's got a whole dollar level down here. So we'll call it support for now. We'll see how it acts on that $3. Whole dollar support. But yeah, interesting that it's getting kicked up now. Let's jump down to the 5-minute. A lot of wicks. I guess if you were trading the first 1-minute candle to get over, this is the first 5-minute candle to get over. So we'll see what the first 1-minute candle looks like. But on the 5, see 350s there. This little peak here. Don't really know what that wants to do today. Can't get back under 350. 350. Interesting. It'll pop up. 10 cents away from getting back under this 350. Let's go out to the 1 minute. So it traded in here, dropped below 3, came back up, tried to reclaim it, failed. Tried to reclaim it again, failed. Tried to reclaim it again. Just kind of held it and got going off of that $3 hold. So let's look at the news from yesterday on Really. So it says Reliance Global today announced it has signed a non-binding letter of intent. I hate these letters of intent. Oh my gosh. It's like, bro, come on. All right. So let's continue reading before I stop there. Okay, non-binding letter of intent to sell Fortman Insurance Agency, a wholly owned subsidiary, for $5 million in cash. The contemplated sale price represents a meaningful premium over the original acquisition cost, underscoring the company's ability to acquire, improve, and opportunistically monetize assets to drive shareholder value. All right, so since acquiring Fortman, Reliance has implemented operational enhancements, upgraded the internal systems, all of this stuff that they did, but they're ready to sell it now. Okay. Are they talking any money values down here? No, they are not talking any money values. Okay. So it's a letter of intent. Possibly what they'll sell it for is $5 million. Then LSE has gotten super choppy in here on the 1 minute for sure. Jump back over here to the 15 minute. Yeah. I mean, the volume is definitely dried up on that one. All right, I'm seeing two more just pop in. So EKSO just popped in, and disappeared. Interesting. And then we have one down here, SNTI, with news on today. SNTI. So let's go ahead and throw up SNTI. And I just saw EKSO. Let me make sure it didn't have anything. Well, I mean, it couldn't. Oh, wow. It must have did a round trip, EKSO. Let me just look at that real quick. EKSO. Must have did a round trip. It's got 1 million shares, but it just went straight down. All right, so let's jump over here to look at SNTI. Wow. SNTI was one that it had news on today, popped up to $4 and made a whole round trip. Look at that. Wow. $4 all the way back down to 268. And now it's not up over. And then EKSO was the same thing. Popped up to $4 or $5. See, that's why I just don't go right over and just try to jump into things. You never know when they're going to do this. I like to see some good trading action. You know, and now both of them are under 0%. That's crazy. They just did a round trip like that. Oh, well. Clean those off. But SNTI does have news on the day. So let me make sure EKSO doesn't, though. Let's see. EKSO, did you have news on today? It says they had acceptance into NVIDIA Connect program. Okay, I'm good. I don't care about that. Let's see what SNTI had. Another one popped up. APVO up 200% with news on today. APVO over here. So I'm gonna clean off SNTI and put on APVO. All right, 200% here. We're on the 15 minute. Let's go over and look at the daily chart first. Daily chart on APVO. Actually, before we do that, let's look at the catalyst on APVO. APVO demonstrates compelling clinical activity in frontline AML. 85% remission rate observed in evaluable frontline AML patients. Okay, so let's first go and see what AML is. What is AML? Oh no, not anti-monitor. What is AML disease? What would this be considered, a disease? Or let's see, maybe they'll spell it out down here. AML, no dose limiting toxicities. AML. Oh, here it is. Oh, this is more acute myeloid. So this is one that's related to the other one we saw go up. Acute myeloid leukemia. Okay. Okay. It also has SEC filing. Let me see. What's the SEC filing here? SEC filing. Confidential treatment. This SEC filing was from yesterday though. So that's old. Wow, things are just starting to pop in now, huh? All right. EKSO continues to pop back up. What's going on with that? No, no, no. It shouldn't be popping up. I need to refresh this screen then. All right, but anyway, APVO has the acute myeloid. The only problem is the volume. It needs more volume to compete with these other ones. It's only got 2 million shares in volume. So yeah, let's look at this. Went up to 941 and pulled back. We were looking at the daily chart here, APVO. Are there any interesting levels? I'm going to go ahead and clear this old drawing set. And right now it is trading, let's see, around this level here. It just touched this level here. So we'll put this as an interesting daily level. Daily unconfirmed daily. Don't know what it wants to do up there. At 765, what do you want? Okay, and then we keep seeing EKSO up here. ESKO. EKSO. EKSO keeps popping on for some reason. It must be doing wicks up there because it's still saying it's at -6. But anyway, looking at more obvious things. So that's a level 765. I'm not really seeing anything else. We'll have to see how 765 does. Let's jump over here to the 15-minute, which has not closed the 15-minute yet. Let's jump over here to the 5. So news on today. First one, news on today. It is up 17 times its regular volume. R-ball of 17. Float of under 1 million. And shares outstanding under 1 million as well. So all of that looks good. It just does not have the volume right now to compete with everything else that's above it. So I'm not in any rush out here in these streets. 5 minutes. So it hit a low of 640. Let's look at the 1 minute. 1 minute came up from 303s. Hit this 670, this 665 level we saw in the unconfirmed daily. First thing I look for is some type of uptrend, man. If it's going to trend upward. It's just sucking up volume right now, though. Same catalyst that we saw earlier. This was that this week or last week that ripped. For the acute, was that RBNE? I forgot what it was, but I remember the acute myeloid leukemia. Coming back up to this unconfirmed level, 765. See if it acts as resistance here. Closing up that level. All right. Acting as a little bit of resistance. Four million shares on the board for it. Point of control 722 right now. Only difference between this one and the other one that moved is the other one had blue skies. This one actually has some resistance above it. Coming back up to that 760 whatever again. Unconfirmed daily. Getting another tap up there. A couple seconds left here. Almost 5 million shares traded on it. Definitely some war zone going on in here. Again, tapping that. It might get through it, maybe. And nope, another tap there on the 1 minute. It might get through it. It's kind of treating it kind of like it wants to get through it. Nice little rip out. All right, so 765s is that level right now. Is it gonna hold under that? So multiple times testing that 765 level. Closing up under it. Getting aggressive back towards that 765. But the previous high up here is all the way up here at 809. Not saying it can't do it, but definitely doing a little bit of consolidation under this unconfirmed level, which I mean at this point looks like a little bit of resistance maybe. 5 million shares traded on this one now. 15 seconds left on this 1 minute candle. Can it get a drop down through 725s? 10 seconds left. A lot of consolidation here. A lot of consolidation. Continues to open up, throwing up a wick there. Will that 765 continue to be a nail here? Keep nailing it down. Okay, starting to get above it a little bit. But if it fails here, it's definitely going to be a little bit of resistance for sure. $51. About to close this candle here. Okay, got a little poke out. That 765 is still there. Okay, so now let's start seeing what kind of uptrend this is. It's a little steep right here. Definitely steep right there. Really, really steep right there. Might invalidate really quickly here too. Hmm. 6 million shares traded. The other things on the board have over 10 million, so they're still quite a ways away from it. Looks like APVO has an ATR of $1.55. Yesterday it closed with an ATR of $1.16. I want to see a breakdown of this imaginary line. Pretty steep too, pretty unrealistic. Right back down to that 765. Holding up that 165, but we have not seen that breakdown just yet. So holding, it's looking like it's holding up the 765 there. May continue higher here. I want to see this candle close though. Very tricky right there at that 160 or 765. Okay. So held again. Held again. That same catalyst. Looking like it's just consolidating there. Is it going to actually break down? Throwing wicks down towards the downside. Really thought it could break down this imaginary line. It's very steep. That's the only problem with this. Very unnatural. Testing that 765 again. Made a lower low there. Okay. And another bounce. All right, let's see how this closes. Open up lower. Woo. Yeah, this is one that's very hard to read. Okay. Holding up that level though. Still lower high. Is going to try to hold up this steep uptrend? Or is it going to become resistance? Okay, 7 million shares traded is catching up with LSE. Catching up with LSE for sure. Using that trend, hitting it. Do shorts want to attack this trend here? Yeah, a whole lot of failed breakouts for sure is what we're seeing. Right on that imaginary line. Who else is seeing the imaginary line is my question. Is it real? Is it fake? $8 million shares traded. Going up there towards the top. Very steep curve for sure. Up 214%. Will you come back to the imaginary line? lower high there. Another tap on the imaginary line. Boy, I'm just waiting for this thing to break down. We got all day. Cool. It's got a previous catalyst that was moving. So people are getting on it, but it's not breaking out aggressively like it was on that other one. Probably due to this resistance. Looks like it wants to head back down to the 7. So let's look at this. Had a choppy leg up right here. Another choppy leg up right here. And now it is back on the imaginary line. So all we need is a break back towards this 765 level to confirm that 765 is some type of resistance. Mm-hmm. 9 million shares traded. It's about to go over LSE, coming up to 10 million shares traded. Yeah, you're trying to hold up, but I'm looking for now a new uptrend to put in. Point of control at 790s. See what back below 8 does for it. 898, 798, blah blah blah. Oh, we're looking at 1 minute. Let's pop back over to the 15 minute. I was looking at all this stuff. So 15 minute, another high topping tail. 5 minutes pull back. So we got a problem at 850 for sure. 5, and then back over to the 1, which is where we're sitting now. Looking for a new, some type of new uptrend to hold above this previous 642. $10 million shares traded on APVO. And now about to pass LSE in volume. Oy, oy, oy. Right back down to that 765 level. Now we need is see if we can hold a higher low than this 639-ish level. So all we need to see is another test of this 765 if it's going to be true resistance. Or if this thing's going to continue to walk down towards 7. Okay. It's the first turnaround here, so let's go ahead and mark that up. See if it can hold here. So we had our first imaginary line. Now we got 2. So let's see what it starts respecting. Will it come up here, fail, or will it come up here and start to hold these levels? It has 11, needs 500,000 shares left to overcome LSE. And it's slowly catching up with Rally. Now it can definitely invalidate this trend by just continuing to break down, you know, under this $7 flat, if that's what it wants to do. Looking over here on the 5-minute, let's go look at the 5. So this is the 5-minute fall down, right? And I'm saying, okay, well, with this, how much money is it going to take to stop this thing from going down here? This is a drop from 857 down here to 720s. And I'm thinking, I mean, with this much momentum, it could keep going down, but we don't know. So that's why it's the next imaginary line there. We don't know what it wants to do. Seeing another one pop up. It has a press release for today. LGHL. What is this? LGHL. Crypto operations broaden access to digital assets. But it's looking like a 20% struggler. And let me look at that float. Float is 22 million on LGHL. Only up 26%. How much volume do you have over here, big boy? You have 2 million. So I'll go ahead and throw you up there. You got catalysts on the day. All right. Let's do a little cleanup. Clean that off. So this is LGHL. Went up here to 5 and came back down up 30%, but I don't want to see it become a 20% struggler. That's going to disgust me. All right, so APVO. It failed here, down here at this imaginary. And we'll see if it continues to drop below 690s. So looking at this as a little bit of resistance. It hadn't completely invalidated yet. It's still trading around it, but yeah, not looking hot. LSC, man. LGHL continue to wick down there. Popping in and out because it's not holding that 20%. 100,000 shares to go for APVO to move up to the number 2 position. Has a bottom down here of 642 that it seems to be heading towards. Let's look at the 5-minute again. 5-minute, and you can see how it's starting to invalidate this one and get further and further from the original steep, that steep trend line there. This is the second time testing back up here to this 729. Made a lower low down here at the 692s. Continue to find more and more stress there. Yeah, LGH is looking like a 20% struggler. Don't really like that. What will you respect, my guy? Below 7 is gonna be looking kind of drastic here for sure. First thing I need to start off is 2 points, 2 touch points, where it gets off of the trend aggressively. Then on that third one, I'm looking to see if it'll break down and recover. So at this point, it definitely ran through this old one, created a little bit of resistance there. $7, let's see if it'll crack down 7. Continue on down. 5 minute definitely looking bearish. So let's jump over to the 5. It's the 5 minute on that trend. Bottom of this is 680s, 689, 690. Thought I was going to get a little entry. Point of control has moved down to the 708, so more volume is trading down now instead of up. The original point of controls were up here at like 722s and all of that, but they're trading down. Literally just kissing the $7 flat. A small breakdown, 690. Open up a little bit lower. Still holding up this level, so I'm gonna say it invalidated this one. Ooh, let's make another one. Can you hold up, or will you continue going down? Below 642, this is going to be looking like more of a downtrend, and we'll have to wait for an uptrend to start. So 642 down here, definitely getting close to breaking that on down, big boy. Definitely getting close in there. I don't even know if you can consider this a trend anymore. Yeah, at this point, with it being this close, I mean, all it would take is one slam to get it on down through there. Get it on down through there. Has room back up here to the 765s though. So it's on this bottom. I'm wondering, can it push up out of here? Whoops. I meant to take some shares there. I missed around this bottom since it didn't break, just snapped this neck. Wondering, can it go back up a little bit? And I can use this as my stop out of the 650s. Got in small, 30 shares, looking at a stop out down here under 642. Got up a little bit. Can it get back up here to the 765s? $650, I gotta be out. Looking for a test back up here to the 760s. Looking to add back if it can get back over these levels of the 692s. Can see 81s. I add into that. 70s. Nope. All right. Ready to jump if it doesn't want to play. $15 seconds left. Okay. Showing a little green there. Can you get back above? Okay. 80s. Can we see it? Add it in. Looking for a move back up to that 765 level. In 50 shares with the out still at 653. Seeing if it can grind higher through here. Got room all the way up to 766. $12 million shares traded. Ready to get out at 650. 55 shares in. Can we get back over those 90s? Can we see 90s? Stay ready to get out though. 650. Can it hold up again? Want to see it hold at 642 for sure. $675s. Can we see it again? 15 seconds left to start holding those 70s again. Okay, can we see some green? Back into the 70s. Possibly not. Possibly not, but it is getting tighter in here. So let's see. 50s. Can we get back over this level of the 70? Or do you want to continue to walk down? "15 seconds left. Back over this level, I'll be adding that 666. Let's see, you get a little pop here. Coming down to that 42, can you get a pop? Okay. Can we get an add over 60? Add over 60. Come on, 46. Let's see 50s. 51. Can we see 52s? More volume coming in there. I'm going to add in with them. Yep, 65 in. Let's see if we can get 75 there. All right, so the bottom of this is our 41. So we're in with an average of 676. Can we get any blessing through here? Holding up that level. Need to be ready to jump though. Again, some consolidation around here. Right around this 42 level. Got the catalyst, got all that good stuff. We just needed to go up a little bit. It may be disappointing me. Down to $6, really? That's what we doing here? All right. $6.22. We got a nice little pump down. $6.10. So holding 6. Still got room to go all the way back up here though. 6.30s. Making up half of that move right there. Can we see 6.50s? And a reclaim of that level up there. Can we see 40s? Looking to add into the 40s. Close the open up higher. Can we get a move up back into the 40s? See 36. Nope. All right. Expected to see a little bit more green there. Especially on this 5-minute, how it's set up. You can see those 40s. Add on that 35, looking for the break back over 40. 80 shares in. And I gotta stop out down here. I got to on 610. If it can't pull out of here now, it's over. Still up 132%. It's the only one with catalyst on the day. So I was thinking, hey, and it had a catalyst that went with the previous runner. But yeah, that $6 level is treating me bad here. Treating me kind of bad. I'll add back over 640s though. Add it there a little bit. Looking for it to get back over. Got 96 shares. I think I'm only gonna take 100 shares. All right, so 100 shares in there, bottom of this 610. Looking for it to just crawl its way up on this catalyst, if it can. Can you crawl back out of here, or will you fail me? Average price is 666. And I'm thinking it has room all the way back up here to the 763s is what I'm looking at. Okay, 50, 62 is nice. All right, so at this point with this exploding candle, I want to see it start holding up, but we'll see. Hmm, 65, 67s. I'm thinking it can get back up here to this 765 though. Looking for it to get over these levels of the 691. At this point, I got to be out on this crash down point. 632s. We'll see if it can continue to grind higher. All right, how much? This one's got 13 million on the board. Okay, opening a little bit higher. So this red line that you see right there, that's the 33 cent or $33 that I'll lose if it goes to that level. It gets below that level, it's gonna be even worse. So, you know, looking for it to possibly get over this 670s, but not sure. Get my 100 share block ready to go out. It does want to flash down. We got a bottom down here of 612s. Looking for this one to become some type of grinder higher. That's a second check down here. May flood me out here. $6.12. Needs to hold 650s. Kind of sitting still and stagnant. Okay. With 13 million shares traded. Thought it could hold up that trend, but not even testing it. This trend is up here at the 650s. Yeah, this thing is probably gonna give me the business to the downside. Really not liking that look. Hmm. So this is another imaginary line that's building here. Maybe it'll be able to hold it, maybe it won't. But I do know one thing, we'll be adding over 645. Adding there. Okay, got 130 shares now. Looking for it to show me some green above this. Start grinding higher. Average price 663. Added there a little bit. Added another time to 140. I do think it has room up to this level of 766. At this point, looking to have my out around this 625 level if it can't go higher. Still up 132% on Catalyst. So looking for something here. Come on, big boy. Show me something once. Can you do it again? Can those buyers come in and hold it above this 671? The point of control is up here at 708s. So back over 7 would be delightful. All right, so let me definitely continue to move on up as it grinds. Can we get those buyers above 675? $675. Okay. Nice. So we got a bottom level here of what, 650 still. Not pushing any higher than that. Okay. Looked like it want to go higher. 675's there on the board. About to close this candle in 4 seconds. Just hold up around the 675, big boy. All right, so we got a 675. Can we get that grind higher above 680s? Okay, just holding and waiting. Looking to continue to move my stop out up So 628 right now is looking like the that stop, hard stop. If it can't flip out of here. Need those 70s to hold. Okay, that looks good. Can I add into this? Can we get 70s again? Can I add to this? Nope, no add. All right, back down here, ready to get stopped. All right. Okay. Wow, pretty big leap down there. All the way back. Whoa. All the way back down there to that level. Let's see how this one closes. Okay, so that's a 3 tap there. Let's see how this closes. Can we get back over that 650? 7 seconds left on this candle. Can buyers come in there and snatch this up? Oof, does not look likely. Bottom here is 625. Got to be ready to get out. Got to be ready to get out. Not, still not impressed with that. It's going to have to do a lot more than that little green. A lot more than that little green right there for sure. Okay, coming on back up. Nice. All right. Still not over 650 though. Yeah, so 625, I gotta be out. That's cool. We tried. Hmm. Need to see it back above 645s, and that does not seem like it's gonna be happening here. Oh man. This thing keeps playing with souls in here. Need to see heavy buying, heavy orders come in at 640. So we got a double top there, 643. Do not like that. It needs to get over that for sure. Yeah, I don't like this dry up and volume. It needs, if it's gonna go, it needs to go. Okay. Bottom now, risking that 33 bucks. It's got to hold here and go higher. 640 is gonna be looking like the out. So 20-cent risk there. If it can't do anything above these levels, it'll be a $33 risk. Need to see those 55s. Look at this. Come on. All it needs to do is break this 660. And it looks like it's going to take me to the depths. Yep. 30s. Definitely working on stopping me out for sure. If it can't get up here, it's going to be looking like I need to get on down. Or at least size out. Go ahead and scale out. Because it is not looking great here. Could dump on me, which it is doing a little bit. Low down here was 610. And it does not look like it's going into a recovery phase at any time soon. This one does have the catalyst on the day. That's the only thing that's really keeping me in this one. Another little zigzag there. See if the 40s can hold. It's the only thing keeping me in here. Added a little bit, looking for it to hold that level. 145, 128 out. Okay, added a little bit. Man, can you just hold these levels, bro? You look like you want to get up. Guess not. 628 at the bottom. I guess not at all. I just got a feeling that this thing is going to pop on the open. I'm going to be very, very disappointed when it does come back up and touch this 765. I got a very, very bad feeling about that. So back over is 643. I'll add. $630s. Back over these 30s. Can we see that? 34s. That's the only thing that's killing me about this position. I got the catalyst, I got everything that I want. And I know I just, I'm going to regret selling it, I think. Okay, back over this level of 32. Get some additions in here. 32s. Can we see the 30s? And we see those 30s. Yep. Add a little bit in there. Got 150 now. 155. Can we get that jump? Can we get that surge through? Average price went 660 now. Can we get that surge through? Add a little bit more. Looking for the cross back over that break even. Or not break even, $33 loss there. Can it do it? Yep. Cross through it. Bro, I would have been so bro, if this goes back up there to 660, I would have been so aggravated. And there it is. Oh my gosh, bro. Now I think it has room up here to the 765s. That's my issue. That's where I think it can go. All right, so we're back up. We got a high right here of 677. And now we're back above our $33 risk. We did not stop out, so we're creating higher highs, but this one's looking kind of weird. You want to make this move or not? Want to continue to climb up the ladder? So now we got yet another imaginary line here. It's getting flattened out for sure. Still think it has room up to that 765 area. I see some volume coming in there, but not sure. Definitely ready to add on to the It's not want to break out. Just hold these levels around 650s, please. Got everything I want except the break. go back and look at the 5 and the 15. So basically, I'm in here. We got a couple of levels that it got bought up from. Looking for it to get back over there, 678. Go look back here. Just a whole lot of consolidation in here right now with no breakout. Just hold that 650, big boy. Just hold that 650. Okay, a little bit of flashiness. So we got a bottom that held my 30%, my $33 loss there, which is at 640. Just more flashiness with no break. So 676, making its way back on. All right. All right, buddy. Can you continue up? Can you stay above this level of 645? Come on now. You were looking good. You got 15 million shares. You about to take the top spot. Like, nobody wants you. Nobody wants to buy you over 7. Especially with your catalyst that aligns with the previous runner. Like, nobody though. So you telling me you can't get over 680? All right. $675 is all we need. All right. So if this is the action that it's giving me, it's a little flat top with no break, you know, yeah, interesting. Is it going to hold up here? Is it going to continue to hold 650? Another kind of big wick up there. Needs to close this candle like this though. $20 minutes from the open, huh? Opening with another wick like that. Man. Wow. Come on now. You're gonna make me have to size down. Come on, 650. Boy, this thing's shaking out some weak hands. I do know that. Gee whiz. Eight minutes left until the open. This is where I think it can go. And back over 650. Can we see that getting back over 650s? Can I add to this? Seven minutes left. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna sell this, bro. I really think it can go up there to 675 as a test. Six minutes left. Okay. Can we come back above this level of the 640s? $6.36. 4 minutes left. Okay, higher low there. Can we get back over the 636s? Might wait to the open to add anything else. Got everything I need set the motion right now. 3 minutes left to the open. And literally above this high right here, 666, I'm good. Add a little bit here. Going back over these levels. And at 6:58 right now with a minute left. $15 million shares traded. Got to be ready to sell because I don't know what this pop is going to look like. So at this point, this 50, a little bit over the 50, I'll be in the green. 1 minute left. Looking to add back over 630s. Get all that red in there. Cool, cool. Looking for that pop back above 630 is where I'll be adding. All that good stuff. All of that. Ten seconds. $625 looking to add. Okay, yep, you got that little test. Cool, you tested down. All right. That's all good. I might add a little bit down here. $6. Looking for that pop back through on this opening swing. Whew, Jesus. Okay, well, it is under 100% now. Open swing is crazy. All right, so we got a bottom down here of 650s, 560s or whatnot. Looking for it to come back above this 616 level. Adding down there. So I got 200 shares and looking for it to walk up the map here, back up. So 650 is where I'm in at. The point that I thought it could get back up to is maybe this 673-ish level. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit more around 6, 205. All right, so I got 210 now. Let's see if we can get this back up to this level. At this point, 560 is definitely gonna be the all out for sure. But I got 210, looking forward to ramp up here. Has everything that I want. All right, 560. I'm gonna go ahead and put a hard stop down there, 560, because I can't play with that. 562. A lot of volume coming in here. No continuation yet. There we go. I really think it can get back up here to 772s as a fall point. Okay. So I'm going to start looking to take some profit here. Don't know why it's eating me back up. Come on now. So the low here was $6. So under 6 would be a 47 cent risk here if it doesn't want to go higher. And I think I'm gonna start taking some profit off if it can't break out. So yeah, just taking little bits and pieces is what I'm looking to do. Come on, baby. A little lunch up. All right. Okay. Can we get up there? So that was $100. That green line right there is $100 for me. Looking for it to hold over there. I'm gonna start taking off profit. Might start taking off right now though. Okay. Selling some up here at 7 whole dollar level. Selling some up here. I'm just watching the tape right now. Just locking in some profits. I'm okay with what I got. Got 60 shares left. I'm looking back at 610 as an out, as my all out, holding 60. So let me go ahead and put that in. So I want to be a little bit above that because I know these things can slip. So 610 here, 610. So 625, 650. I don't want to see it back under. Whoops. Oh, extended daytime is what I need. 650 will lock in profits for me. And let this thing play. Looking, I mean, maybe we can go to 725. I'll take some more. Yeah. Trying to sell. Not letting me out though. Sold a little bit there. Reclaim of that level. Selling closer to 7 here, getting on down. You can go up, cool, but I will not be risking my whole life here. So the bottom of this is 670. I'm still holding 30 shares. Keeps doing these little breakouts. Okay, can you get on up there? Get to 720s, please. Here we go. Almost. There's 724. Got a field there. 730s. All right. Taking profit at this top. 15 shares left. 10 shares left. So at this point, I mean, I'm pretty much all risk off. The bottom of this one is 672 with the 10 shares. So that'll still give me a 60-cent win. So what is this? 670. 672. Nice. All right. Well, I just get out at $7, under 7. It wants to keep running. Oh, there's a 765. I gotta take that. Gotta take some up here. Oop. Gotta take that. That's what I was aiming for anyway. All right, so holding 5, literally no risk on the table. Under 711, I'll stop out. Actually, the body of this count, let's see, 730s, 730s. Ooh, still pushing. I like it. Take it to the top of this move above this level. And that was the previous level that I said would probably be that resistance. So I'm gonna probably take off everything up here before it dives. All right, so 112 locked in there. And that's my pre-market into open trade. So it is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and import this over here. Thing had everything I needed, and this is the level that I thought it could get to before it kills everybody. Okay, that was a little bit longer hold time, but this thing had everything I wanted. Everything. It just hadn't moved yet. Made it up to that unconfirmed 765 daily level, and I think that's gonna be a little bit of death up here. All right, so I imported over here. I gotta get ready for this meeting. I did go a little bit overtime for sure, but this is what I'm looking like on the day. So that was a 55-minute hold. Wow, an hour hold for $100. So got in at 6:47, got out for the most part around $7. So just took the target. If it keeps going, cool, but I got my target. So getting my win rate back up, almost 50% on that. On the week though, so we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday 112 locked up. So looking pretty good on the week and just chilling out. All right, but I got to get to this meeting. Appreciate you guys for tuning in for sure. Now it's looking ugly up here at this unconfirmed level that I thought it could get back to. If you're going to continue trading, definitely keep your head on a swivel. I will catch back up with you guys in the Discord, but I got to go. Appreciate everything. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.